control. And if you start to worry about stuff you can't control, you're one miserable mother. Trust me. Anthony Malone. Most of you don't know Anthony, but Anthony Malone last year, 12 months, did 292 transactions in securities. Anthony averages 6 by 6, 6,006 recruits, right? At 225 in income, 225 in income. How many of you and how many of your people would give everything to be at 225,000 in income? Basically almost 20 grand a month. Who would do that? Yet they beat themselves up because Dodo Bird quit, or someone didn't do it, or they had a bad month, or January's tough, or February's tough. Or are you kidding me? Anthony, you on? Hey, Shaq, could you undo Anthony? Can you unmute him for me? Hello, hello, hello. There you go. Thank you.
Bruce.
Hey, Anthony.
Can you hear me?
Hey, I asked Anthony because most of you don't know Anthony's story. And I'm telling you guys, it's not just Anthony's story. It's how you get to sell his story. Because all we do is sell someone else's story. We try to sell ours, but we leverage so many people in this business. There's always someone who looks like you, came from where you came from, is one here. And if all you do is talk about you, you have a self-esteem issue. Okay? It's not about you. It's about who you can put around your people that motivates them so you can get what you want. Anthony Malone. So Anthony, this is because I think you need to hire. I want to do this every time because you're going to have people like this. Anthony is probably, I think I look at his number 22 on our incomes at $225,000. Right? Yet
Yes.
It's better than most. So Anthony, I want Anthony. Now listen to this. This will be quick, but it's good. Anthony, your background is what? Thanks, Anthony, for being here.
I actually, my background, I have an accounting and information systems background, two degrees.
2 degrees. Okay. So I was laughing because he told me when he in junior college, I remember going to the computer science because all new, and I sat in the computer science room and I said, well, this stuff sucks. If they're looking for a guy like me to be in the computer science business, I'm out. Okay, first class. I knew. I just they were talking Greek to me, and I had no motivation to it. So thank goodness people like Anthony actually do the class and get a degree, or else we'd not be having computers right now if it was left up to guys like me. So you started that, and you had a good job. How much were you making? What year was that, Anthony?
I was making like $120,000 in plus benefits.
What year, Anthony?
That was in 2004, 5.
2004, making, okay. So pretty good money. People consider good money here 15, 20 years ago is good money, right? You're married, Anthony?
Yes, I'm married.
Okay, were you married then?
Yeah, I actually met my wife in college in 89.
89, okay, got it. And she was making how much, Anthony?
She worked for Census Bureau. I was working for the Department of Public Safety. She worked for Census Bureau as a manager, making $115,000.
Okay, so you were making $250 in 2004 with jobs, correct?
Yes, correct.
That's sharp, intelligent, could figure things out. Matter of fact, on the front end of the technology curve. All right, so Anthony, so now you then, Primerica, you say, hey, you always wanted to be somebody, right? I'm not putting words in your mouth, but obviously you're smart, you saw something. And so you came in and you were part-time, which doesn't count. So you went full-time when?
Around 2006.
2006, okay.
Yeah, I quit my job and then I called my wife after it was done. And I know it was on me. And I said, I have to do something. At the time, I believe I was making like around $22,000 in the business a year.
Okay, good. You made money.
Yeah.
You know how to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and your wife kept her job, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is, guys, these are interesting. Listen, when there's story, part of the story is a lot of people's story. And that's because when you only excel when you cut all the bridges. That's my point here, right? If you've got a safety net, it stops you from being the best you could be. I'm good for safety nets. So, okay, so we fast forward, you get good, continue to make money. And I asked you, at some point you were at 80, 90, and when you had your breakthrough in your income. And when was that, Anthony?
I had my breakthrough in my income in December of 2020, We had just gone through the pandemic. People are moving. Tons of recruits. I was looking at the numbers and I'm saying, man, this got me kind of motivated in the sense that we need to do something. So I actually kind of hunker down on what I do best, which is really, talking to people and branding myself. I decided to brand myself, that if you sit down in front of me, Bruce, you're going to know me, not as Primerica, but you're going to know me as somebody who provide a total solution to your financial problems. And not only that, but when you sit down with me, I paint a picture for you. I actually take you for a journey and show you where you could be if you work with me as your financial coach. And so for every one of my clients, I would go back, revisit with them, and I would do the same thing. And for new people that they refer to me, I do the same thing with them. So what has started happening, I just see referrals coming my way. I started finding money. And like Shimei said, he said something that is so powerful. And this has happened to me about twice in my career. When somebody is on a mission or when they're in the huddle, it doesn't matter what comes at them. In the end, they're going to hit their goal. And for some reason in December, we got in the huddle, I guess around maybe November, but December it started kicking off. And our income, I believe, was never below 17,000. It was 17 and up, 20 something. I mean, it was just blowing. For that 1 year, I think we actually, went over 100 and something in a short period of time, 100 and maybe 30,000.
Right.
In a 6 months.
And the point to that, of course, is that he always had the capacity, right? He didn't reinvent himself that way. It just, things change. And you told me you saw other people kicking ass, said that's unacceptable. Is that what you said to me? You said you got peers, right? They were like, people were just cranking by you, like, wait a second. Your wife went full-time somewhere around there?
Yes, she went full-time in 2018.
Okay, all right. So once again, all avenues of income other than the one you're in starts being cut off. Now, that's a choice. People have to do their own thing. But so now we're 100% in this. You have 3 kids in college, right?
Yes. Okay. Well, 2 at a time.
2 at a time. Super smart, doing great things, right? And your one daughter went to what? Warden?
I have a daughter right now. She's at the University of Maryland. What's so powerful about our business? Our kids are looking at us, and the way you actually, mold your family makes a big difference. They're always looking. And so they have seen my wife, even if she was part-time, and at the time when I went full-time, she was making 60,000, and so they're looking. And so we always have our kids coming to see what we are doing. My daughter, happened to actually, look at us, and she actually interned with Goldman Sachs last summer, and she said because of Primerica, she was able to go there and actually shine. She was pretty much one of the top interns. She gave a speech. She actually pitched a stock that they had to come up with. She actually blew everybody away. And the fact is, they normally select 2 people, normally seniors. She was just a sophomore, but they could not select her as number 1 because they wanted to hire the 2 people they had as seniors. So they had to create a spot for her and make her come out 3rd. But she said she hit the number 1 spot, and this summer coming, she's going back to Goldman Sachs, not in Chicago, but she's going to New York to do investment banking, for another 9-10 weeks or so.
So her being a Primerica kid, watching you, the unintended consequences of our business is amazing, right? I mean, and we all have stories because everybody says my kids are the greatest, and I hope they are for you, right? But we have so many stories of great kids and second generation kids. And his daughter, who, because she saw it, goes to Goldman Sachs, which is full of sharp people, but all of a sudden the EQ and being around people and just being the kind of people that Primerica teaches our kids and people and us every day how to be, makes them different, right? It's like amazing. And now, so doors open. Dad, don't you want that for your kids? Now, you mentioned to me that a couple of your kids are coming back in business with you.
Yes. So all our kids are licensed. We make sure that they get licensed. And John L., my older boy, he graduated from University of Maryland. You know, he is full-time with us. And so he's understudying me. You know, he has been recruiting people. He got a couple of people licensed. So he is modeling what I do. And like you said, Bruce, it's just a matter of modeling yourself in other people. And so we are actually coaching him, and we're coaching other people that we have on the team. We have a few people who are secretly licensed, and we are coaching them, just building the brand and building the model, you know. So I can only see us just moving up, you know, but it's exciting right now.
Yeah, it's super exciting. And so let's get to the other side of it. So I look at a guy and a couple like the Malones, and I say, you know what? Damn, of course they can double their income. It's like 225, 230, whatever it's going to end up for the month. The month's not over. I understand that some of these numbers aren't over. So, you know, look, it's going to be finished, but we're pretty much there. And don't hold me against, because I missed you because of a number. But dadgummit, I know he can double. And also, you know, if you've been around like I've been around, there's a lot of second generation kids coming in this business that have kicked ass. And you get to watch them. Now, some are managing their business, some are working their business. I'm just good or bad. I don't care. It's like, I love it. And so you hear Anthony, most of you don't know Anthony Malone, but if you look at the numbers, you would want to know Anthony Malone. And because what? Because this guy has figured it out. Now, we all figured out our own space, some quicker, some slower, it's the point that you figure it out, right, Anthony? I mean, man. And so it's not the date of the penny dropping, like I'm in and I've got this title. It's when you decide to move up, burn all your bridges, and be ready to immerse. And that could be anybody, anytime, anywhere. Some are younger, some are older. And so Anthony, you're going to have your greatest run in the next couple of years now that COVID and all that. I mean, so I'd be disappointed if I didn't see a 500,000 next to your name, your and your family's name, 500K, because your kids need to watch you make 500K too. They want to spend it, by the way, but they need to.
Yeah.
But dude, that's awesome. I mean, I'm really proud of you, Anthony. And Anthony's in a Walter Charles in that leg, and it's just, and guys, you know, I mean, and Anthony took a different route. I mean, it wasn't. You don't have to, my uplines. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Go win. Your uplines love you hey, if you help them get financially independent, I got no problem. Whatever you want to do, just be positive and show up and try to do the right thing, and I'm in. Right? We all have a pass. Some better than others, but it's right for you, and that's good. So, Anthony, anything you want to add, Anthony? I didn't want to leave anything out, because we're highlighting just another highlight of another winner that is changing their family's tree in just our hierarchy. Forget the company.
Yeah. You know, I just want to say that, you know, I've always maintained, you know, the saying, play your own game. You know, don't worry about what's happening around you, because if you take your eyes on your game plan, then you're going to lose. You can't be playing soccer, running down the field with the ball and looking all around you. You keep your eye on that ball and you're heading towards the goal to score. And so play your own game. Don't worry what other people are doing, because if you keep your eye on your ball long enough, you're going to actually get to the goal that you have actually set for yourself. And, you know, I've always maintained, you know, because I looked at this business, Bruce, and I said to me, you know, why would people not do Primerica, where you can actually come in? They're saying to you that they give you all the resources, all the companies that we have behind us with the products and services that we offer. Everybody needs what we do. They don't want it. They have to get it if they want to have a lifestyle. And so I actually look at people in the business, all they're doing, they're just loving on people, encouraging them to be their better selves. And if you get enough people going to become better people of themselves with the program that we have in Primerica, not only will they become financially independent, but you are going to reap the reward by getting enough people financially independent in front of you. And I always said to myself, I want to be wealthy. I did not come to this country to be poor, you know. And so the moment I saw the business, I had a vision that, man, this is the way, you know, especially working in corporate America, having somebody manage your time and hold on to your time, tell you when to come, when to go. You know, I do not want that kind of a lifestyle. So, but there are people like me, and we're in the hunt for that right now.
Awesome. Anthony, proud of you, man. Proud to be in business with you, and love what's happening with your family. And it's awesome. I appreciate you being on here. You know, there's two places in life. either poor or they're broke. I've never been poor. When I say poor, poor is a mentality, poor is a thinking, poor is believing that you're supposed to be at the bottom rung and that's your destiny. For whatever reason, whatever the training, you believe that's you. Never believed that. And I was not quite poor, but we were almost poor. I was right on the borderline of poor and never middle class for sure. But I've been broke many times. Broke is temporary. Broke means I don't have any money in my pocket right now, but we're going to change that. I just got to find the vehicle to do that. So, and to do that, you usually have to take risk. And the thing is, you have to take educated risks when it doesn't seem quite logical in the normal world. Like going full-time in Primerica for most people, Anthony Malone is making 22 grand when he goes full-time, leaving 100. Most people, I guarantee, said, you're crazy. Mm-hmm. Now, he's a super intelligent guy, right? Double degree, soccer player, moves. I mean, every set. But look, I'm guaranteed they said, Anthony, well, you're out of your mind. Some inside him said, no, I came here to do something in my life. I'm not going to put anybody put the thumb on me. You know, another thing real quick, my kids, a couple of them have different, they've done different ventures and different things they're learning in their life. And one of my daughters is a graphic designer, and she's really raised the level in a company and that she's in, right? But it's everybody's daughter, right? She's done, it's on the paper, on the numbers. And it's amazing. She's a little frustrated. Dad, you know, they're not talking so much as they used to about profit sharing. I said, it's great. I said, man, I hope for you two things. I've always told my daughters, I hope for you two things. I don't want to offend anybody, but I've hoped for you an asshole boss, because from a jerk boss comes entrepreneurs. I hope for you to look at your check and say to yourself, if I put a number at the end of that check, would it be more than the number they gave me? And the only reason you'll ever do that if you put the number. That's the only way, man. So entrepreneurs are born from people not paying attention or not doing what's right. So I wish for them adversity. I don't want them to be hurt, but I like it. We all learn from pain. We don't want kids to be hurt, but we learn from it and we adjust. And I was telling somebody, you're either a helicopter or you're either projecting or protecting your kids, right? I'm not giving a kid's talk, but it's you're protecting them, helicopter, doing everything for them, or you're projecting what it is. At the end of the day, they got to figure it out. And it's hard because we're parents. But when they do it, they figure it out. They say, dang, most sensitive nerve in the human body goes to the wallet for everybody, including family, friends and wives and husbands and all that, right? So we all learn. It's good. And from your experience here, every breakthrough you have will always come at the bottom of where you're at. Okay, the breakthroughs don't come at the top. That's after the breakthroughs. The breakthroughs come when you're frustrated, pissed off, mad, want to throw in the top. All the things that everybody thinks about. Well, we say, oh man, I'm doubting myself. You don't say, oh, poor baby, gave you a hug. You high five and say, perfect. You're at the perfect place that winners are found. If you can take the thumb, go do it. If not, keep pushing, because past that is the breakthrough. But you got to have the courage to say that in a good way, in a positive way, not busting their chops, right? It's a feel, it's a gray. There's a gray area here, guys. It's black and white simple techniques and things. The gray is where you make the money. And that's where you produce vice presidents, by the way. It's in the gray. It's not a mathematical formula. So anyway, real quick, we're done. We're almost out of here. And I just, you know, so I was going through the recruiting. Look, Burnett 52, Shondell 32 recruits. This is Julian 29 recruits. Julian Rosero, Patel, Viamal Patel 26. Yusuf and Jen Lee at this point are both tied for 25 recruits. Great full timers in this group. Let's see. Letitia Jones, Derek Parker, another great player here that looks like starting to step up. Okay, Indy premium, top premium for future VPs, Jen Lee, continually doing that in her shack, 25K. Yusuf is 22. Sheila Bustamante, who just heard made 15 grand, top income earner of all Maryland, DC, no matter what you're talking about, any hierarchy, she did 19,000. Shondell's about 19,000. Denise Murphy, 14,000. Hilda Lovo under Miguel, 13,000. I don't think I went over these, did I? Don't want to go over that again. But so those are great things. Oh, by the way, there's people kicking butt. You know, one of Tom's part-time people, Timmy and Tammy Hall, they're almost at the ring. You guys have never heard of them. Timmy and Tammy Hall, he made 10 grand. He used to be an ex-trooper, retired, but is picking that up a little bit. There are people making money all over the place. Maybe not you as you want, but believe me, they are. You know, when you have a pity party, just don't invite yourself. I always did. Have to learn not to invite yourself. Just go look at the leader sheets. If somebody's winning where I came from, I can do it. And then finally on the RVPs, as we close this part out and get cranking here, we're almost done, is Samir, 47 recruits, 47,000. What a shocker. I love this thing with 360 in premium, 360 in income. That's like the numbers in Primerica all come back around if there's enough of them, right? So 360,000 income. Okay, is the premium all his? Of course not, but you get paid for it. It's dollar for dollar. Damn, when you hear those things, you're like, okay, I got to build. Samir, Shaq, Miguel and Jackie, 30 recruits, Marcel, 30, 29, Darren, 29, Daryl and Crystal, 29 recruits, Shannon Graham, 22, Miki, 21, Lynette Garrison, 18. Okay, so, and by the way, Shaq had 7, Shaq and Christian were tied with 7 licensed people in their base shop. So obviously, both of those guys, shocker, those two make the most money, and yet they clearly get recruits to license. Now, do they have enough recruits? I don't know. Do they have enough? I don't know, but I know they get the gap between those two and in their base shops. Samir is 5, Miguel 4, 4, 3, 3. Doesn't take much, Gabe. You want to beat some people? They're recruiting numbers. Look at the licensing. You begin to beat the licensing, which you need to beat the recruiting. It's a precursor. You will beat most people. Maybe you'll beat most people, because at the end of licensing come producers eventually. Not every license, but some. So that's good. And then finally, I told you the premium, Samir, 49 grand. This is, Shaq, 36, Shannon, 25, Graham, Marcel, 30, Derek, 30, Christian, 35, always doing it, always making it happen, always in the hunt for decades, right? Hang Mang, 23, Ace, 22, Lynette, 20, Neil Schaub at 20. Okay, so anyway, you get the point. I can go over incomes and blah, 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 but we know, obviously Christian made 135 in the last 60 days. Tom made 113, Deepak and Shaq both made 70. Margarine's made 41, Samir 40. I mean, because there's Anthony 38. I manage, everybody manages their business, but I always heard, look, you look at the precursors and you look at the results. You know what the results are? Income. If people are making money, they stick around most of the time. Not always, but a high percentage. Precursors get it going. Money keeps them staying in there. It's tough to go full time if you make no money. So you just got to remember these gaps. I got nobody making money. All right, get back to your system. How about this? Copy someone who does. How about that one? You don't have to reinvent it. Copy. Open your eyes and go find somebody that's better than you and steal their ideas. They'll give them to you. If they're better recruiting, just go find out what they're doing. You don't have to steal it all. Just take the recruiting part. I don't know. It's not a complicated business, but it can be. We can overthink it, right? So, hey, and closing out, Samir, are you on here? Samir. I don't see him. Samir.
I don't see him, Bruce.
Oh, I said, no, I'm sorry. I was looking for Shaq and saying Samir. That's not what I mean. That's not Shaq. Thanks, Shaq. You are, yeah. Shaq. Well, that's when you get old. What the hell? That's when you forget the kids' names. What name are you? Shaq. Anything else that we need to tie this? I'm gonna bring Christian on. Anything else we need to tie this that you see here? And hey, Shannon, by the way, keep doing it. I see you, Shannon. I know you're fighting the fight. Keep working it. Keith and Julie, I see your income's going up. I love that. Keep doing that. That's awesome. I'm just throwing some things out there because I see it. No, I haven't mentioned your name doesn't mean I don't know. I don't look at the sheets and know you're getting better. So Shaq.
No, I'm ready for Christian. Christian can close us down. You said everything, and I'm excited about opening back up and getting it going, having our event in April. I know we'll finalize the date and going to the convention and seeing everybody. It's going to be amazing.
And Chuck, we talked about this real quick. There's no doubt in your mind, as a builder, as a leader, as someone who's developed people and been successful, there's no doubt in your mind that it's time for people at some level, some way, somehow to look people in the face in some way and get back to what we did right while we add the new things in, what we've learned over COVID. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, Zoom is great. I love it. We can have a meeting like this where, you're in South Carolina. I don't know where Christian is, but, and we can kind of collaborate and, but I think that, still, if you go to a sporting event, if you actually go to the game, it's going to be a different environment, different feel. And I agree with what you said, trying to navigate it, although it's challenging, it'll be a hybrid. But yeah, I mean, you just can't, like Tom Hopkins said a long time ago, you can discard an email, you can discard this, but you can't discard a body. When someone's in front of you, it just brings a different element. So, we'll find the balance. But I think, yeah, like me and you talked this morning, I mean, things are really opening up. We're back in the office a couple of times a week now. It's great. It's great to see everybody. It's great to high five. It's great to, get the energy from the meeting. And, if you have the opportunity to be near an office that's locally, that has an environment, I recommend you plug in. So.
Excellent. That's exactly right. And I think the people of this new year, the real breakthroughs will become for the people who get that hybrid mix. Okay. It's not like it's not old, it's not new, it's figuring it out, that gray. And you only do that by doing it and calling shots, calling plays. Be guilty of calling plays, learning, build, measure, learn, and then call a new play. Don't be guilty of just business as usual. Okay. Call the play. And I tell you what, if it's uncomfortable, it's the right play. If you say, what should I do? What's the most uncomfortable? That's what you do, because that's the right move. I promise you, because the one that's comfortable is never the ultimate right play. But we're human beings and we tend to go towards comfort even when it hurts us. Christian has obviously always been kicking butt. I look at the leadership's Christian's base is always 15. Third, fourth, fifth in Maryland. Obviously makes the most money on this call, does all the great things, understands the business yet every day or every Monday and every day he's on a call with his guys and trying to figure out how to grow the next level. And so now what does that mean? That's who he was before he made the money. That he's doing that now it's who he was before. And so why is he doing it now? Because he's driven, he wants to be somebody and he wants to make a contribution. He wants to change his life and all that, even though he's done all those things already, but he believes in his people and he wants to win. And that's what winners do. And the 950,000 came after the habits came, after all that came, and it just compounds out and you just get bigger and you make it for doing less. Quote, doing less from a standpoint of having to do less because your business is bigger. But when you're in it, he was